Hello, M0CRT here for another update regarding the SDR that I've recently purchased, and thought I'd give you two videos today. One with regard to what the activity has been like on 30 meters this morning with FT8 mode, which has been obviously predominantly digital, and also what's actually been successful today regarding reception reports, transmission, etc. First of all, I thought it'd be a good idea just to show you what's been going on over the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes of operation on 30 meters. As you can see, with only 5 watts on the SDR, I'm making particularly good progress. Throughout Europe, really good set of reports back, and also into stateside as well on the East Coast. So what I'll do is I will upload a video of the communication and the QSOs. You can see obviously on the screen here just an example of how that's been set up at the moment, and you can see just some history as well in there of previous QSOs as well that have been successful. 30 meters is particularly open this morning and is looking good. What I thought I would also do is just explain to you how we've buried into a bit more of the technical setup of the PowerSDR, the SDR I have, how JTDX connects to it, and also how to integrate other applications as well that you may wish to interface with. The application that I'm using takes advantage of DDUtil and the data flow. So if you have a look on Google and do a search for DDUtil, you'll find that it provides an interface between PowerSDR here on the left and also a complete smattering of other interface programs and Ham Radio Deluxe utils and programs. It's an extremely useful application. I'll just bring this over and let you take a look at it. The setup's pretty straightforward. What we do is we make sure that we connect to the CAT on the PowerSDR. So as you've seen in a previous video, we have a look at the CAT control, and I have a CAT control here set as COM port 12. As you may recall, we're also utilizing the virtual COM port manager. If I bring this up here, you can see I've got a pair here, COM 12 and COM 13. So COM 12 is sitting on my PowerSDR, and COM 13, as you can see here on DDUtil, is set to COM 13. So that links the two together. So that's the initial setup. Your ID should be set as PowerSDR, and basically everything else now talks to DDUtil. So you've got a number of redirected ports, you've got rotator ports that you can set up, and all other manner of macros and interface options. So certainly what I've done is I've also enabled the HDR TCP server. So I don't need a COM port for that, but what I can do is I can enable that, and what that will give me is when I start applications such as, say for instance, DM or Digital Master. Let's have a look at that, see if I can bring that across. You'll see, without getting too cluttered on the screen, that the connectivity between Digital Master 780 and the PowerSDR is set. So this is extremely useful. Rather than having to run Ham Radio Deluxe and using a CAT command to interface directly with a radio, I can actually I can mimic the Ham Radio Deluxe TCP server so that the relevant Ham Radio Deluxe applications such as Digital Master, sat tracking, logbook even, which is extremely useful, all connects properly. And basically, if I change a setting here in Digital Master, it will change in the PowerSDR. Likewise, if I change it in JTDX, it will also change in both the other applications. The JTDX setup is slightly different this time, in the sense that I'm also using the Ham Radio Deluxe TCP server that's been mimicked by the DDUtil, and you can see I'm just using the loopback port there, loopback address and port that's been set. So I just bring those settings up, and we also bring up DDUtil. You can see how this works. I know I've got far too many windows open. Let's see if we can make some sense of this, shall we? I'll close one and I'll reopen the other. Bear with me one moment. And there it is, it's hiding under there. So there's the setup of DDUtil, and you can see I'm basically directing it to port 7809 on the loopback 127001. The one thing I am doing slightly differently, I did have some fun with the PTT, and whilst I can key the cat via the PTT, my apologies, via the cat, I've left it to use RTS on a different COM port, and as you recall, we do have that set up in cat here as the PTT control. Some of the Kenwood radios, certainly the TS2000, doesn't like, certainly when you're doing digital communication off the back of the rig, keying via cat. For PTT, it would prefer you use a separate COM line, otherwise it doesn't open the mic properly. So that's how I've got that set. So I hope that's been a little useful of how we've got some of this configured. Obviously, as I go forward and I add more options and configure them, I'll come back and let you know. Thanks for watching.